Welcome to Shift Faro Talks Day. My name is Humberto Glória. Some faces I know, some people know me, some others don't. I'm just another software engineer. Currently I'm working for a company called Cambridge Crystallographic Data Centre. It's a hard name. It's a company based in England. And let's start with why Shift. Basically, and in a very short way, we just want to stir up a bit the community, shake things up, because things are very calm in our region. There's not much happening, and when I say there's not much happening, don't take me wrong that there are not more stuff. There is, but there needs to be more things. Can you guys see? Can you hear me? Yeah. Let's see if this way works better. So our thoughts, it's that we keep wasting potential in the region and things are getting boring. This is what everyone thinks about Algarve. It's just tourism and that's it. There's nothing else. It's just beach, sun, golf, wine. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can tell you that I have no problems with that, but we could have much more. This problem of being just tourism always leaves us with difficult choices in professional terms. If you want to be in Algarve as a software engineer or in the IT business, you either change career and you do something else, or probably you come to a dead end where your career doesn't evolve and there are not enough challenges and so on. There's a third option, which is don't be in Algarve, go away. I can tell you a bit of my personal path till now. I'm originally from Faro. I studied here. After high school, I went to Lisbon to graduate. And after graduation, I always wanted to come back to my hometown. I mean, basically, most of the people that come back here, it's the people that are originally from the town. But yeah, there was not enough job offers, not challenging enough, and I want more. And I think many other people want more. I have many other colleagues that also wanted to come back, and it's a bit bad. What happened was that I ended up being 12 years in Lisbon. Then I decided to emigrate. I went to work in Germany. After Germany, I went to work in England and started to make kind of a path for myself so that I could come back one day and work for somebody else. But always keeping in mind that I wanted to go back to Faro. We have to stop with the nonsense, and don't take me wrong, of seeing Algarve just as tourism. I mean, north of Portugal, industry. This happens in many countries, Italy, Spain. North of the country, it's high industry. In Lisbon, for example, you have lots of services. There's lots of IT companies, everything. And it's flourishing a lot with web summits and other big conferences. But I think we have to start stopping with this idea. Reality has changed a lot. This is not the world as we used to know it. This is the digital world. There are no borders. We have broadband connections and we can remote work. We have low-cost airliners that put us anywhere in Europe in 3 to 4 hours, which is basically the same time that I used to take by bus from Faro to Lisbon. Nowadays, I take 3 hours from Faro to London, where I have regular meetings with customers. So reality is quite different nowadays, and this also helps to change. And there are more IT startups now in Algarve. They're not very well known because they are in niche markets and people don't get to know them enough. There's not enough media coverage of small companies. There are other foreign companies setting up offices here, not just because the labor work is cheaper and it's qualified, but also because they also want to come here. You have quality of life, you have amazing conditions. So this would be my dream and many other people's dream. I mean, we could see Algarve as the next Silicon Valley. Of course, I'm not saying that it has to be a Silicon Valley. Probably won't happen in the next 10 years, I think. But we can start making things happen, and we could get there because we have all the conditions to do it. We have a university right here, which is the main entity to educate and graduate people to the area. You have an international airport that can put you anywhere quite quickly without much hassle. You have good network operators with high quality fiber, internet, and so on. We have 300 days of sun, while the north people from Denmark and Germany and Sweden, they have not so much daylight. This is what they like here. 300 days of sun. Of course, now we also have tornadoes, but mostly we have 300 days of sun, and that is quite good. Golf courses, the best in Europe, perhaps maybe some in the world. You might think, oh, golf courses, what? Well, this is the place where big business deals can be closed, and do not underestimate the power of a golf course. And let's not forget the beach. I mean, this is the best office in the world. If you want to work remotely, you have all the conditions. I mean, this is living the dream. For this reality to happen, everyone has to start working together. And I mean, not just developers, but companies, entrepreneurs, and government entities. Everyone has to work together for it to be possible to build up the region as an IT tech hub or something like that, if we want it to be the next Silicon Valley of Europe. But there has to be an effort. People have to cooperate instead of just compete, instead of just taking resources and compete, and they have to think bigger. They have to think way bigger in a way, how can we all work together to achieve that goal? How can we make Algarve not just tourism, but flourishing in IT? And this is why I also wanted to point out the importance of community in the sense of local communities, like we are here now, and others. The importance of local community, it's paramount. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is. It has a major role in developing everyone's skills, in sharing experience, and in networking. I know networking is a big buzzword that everyone talks about recently, and it's just making connections. It's not just making connections. Fun fact is that CVs are each time less and less valuable. Networking is really important because it's how you can get a new job. It's how you can get new challenges. And by knowing other people and sharing their experiences, you can have a possibility of new jobs, new challenges. Because mostly nowadays, things work by reference. If you have someone that has a good reference, you call them up, oh, I have this position available, would you be interested? You're fit for this. Well, I'm not, but I do have a friend that I met somewhere, and I know that he's working in that area, and I could recommend him. So this is how things work nowadays. It's another change in the paradigm. The development of skills and, sorry. The development of skills and experience sharing, it's also very, very important. But you have to understand that it's a two-way street. Everyone needs to seek out, to engage, to participate. This will make a better person of you. Not just a better person, a better professional, a better engineer. It's not just coding. I mean, everyone probably here thinks that you're the best coders in the world. I'm not saying otherwise, but software engineering, it's much more than that. And in IT, you have to solve problems. You have to get experience. The only way to do that, it's by being faced with lots of different problems. In IT, there's hundreds of millions of things that can go wrong. And that's the moment where you can get experience from other people, not just you. If you're in the same company for 5 years, for example, you're probably used only to the same type of problems. If you go to engage and participate in conferences, in events, and other stuff, you can talk to people that are faced with other challenges, know other technologies. Even if you don't know the technology, it's good to know that there are other technologies to face some specific problems, and it might help you out later. Basically, work harder, do better, and be better. On this note, this is what Geek Sessions, a local community group, has been trying to do here in Faro for a very long time. They've been organizing talks, workshops, knowledge sharing. I know some faces of participating in those events. And again, it shows how paramount is the importance of the local community. This is also important for the companies to understand that their employees need to do this stuff to grow. They cannot grow just only in the company. Everything is a constant flow for you to become better. And this is the common element for all the speakers today. Everyone, all the speakers are from Algarve. We are all active members in the community. Everyone either works abroad, or works remotely for national companies, or works remotely for international companies. This is what brought us here today, and that's what you're going to have the rest of the morning with the talks. Because the schedule, it's a bit tight, and we don't want to run late because it's just half an hour for each talk. We decided that we wouldn't have questions after the talks, but instead use the breaks, come and meet us. We don't bite. Talk to us, question whatever you want. We are fully available to help out however we can. Thank you.